At dinner, her father raised his glass like a man about to toast his own genius. He didn't look at me when he said it, just stared at the steak I paid for and smirked. How does it feel being used? Clear your desk by Friday. You're being replaced. Laughter followed like a trained response. Her mother, her brother, and finally, my wife. She leaned in, hand resting on my thigh like it was still hers, whispering, "Don't take it personal, love. It's just business." I didn't flinch, didn't blink, didn't breathe. I just smiled and dropped the scalpel with a whisper. How does it feel knowing this replaceable one will be selling his 80% shares in your company? The laughter stopped. Her father's fork paused midair. Her hand went cold. The silence stretched. And in that single moment, every lie they'd built began to rot from the inside out. But this didn't start here. No. It started the night I stopped ignoring the silence between us. She'd been distant for months, but I excused it. Stress, deadlines, fertility treatments. I watched her pour a second glass of wine one night after swearing off alcohol during our IVF rounds. I asked nothing. She offered nothing. That night, she turned away from me in bed like I was a stranger she regretted bringing home. Something fractured inside me then. Not from anger, from clarity. I wasn't losing her. She was already gone. Her phone lit up at 3:17 a.m. the next morning. I saw the name flash once. D. Lancaster. No emoji, just a name. She slept like nothing inside her had ever carried a secret. I stared at the screen until it dimmed. She rolled toward me in her sleep. Her hand brushed mine. I didn't move, didn't sleep, didn't speak of it. The game had started. Over the next 3 weeks, I became someone else. Calm, attentive, affectionate. She thought I'd given up. In truth, I was pulling threads. Quietly. Precisely. I took a business trip. Didn't tell her I never left the city. I hired a friend in cybersecurity to extract her deleted messages. No one suspects the man who smiles through breakfast. I found what I needed. Photos. Receipts. One message from D. Lancaster that made my stomach turn. Does he know the baby's not his? There was no baby. At least, not anymore. That was the part that broke me. Not her betrayal, but the quiet possibility that even my grief had been a lie. I contacted a private DNA lab, took the toothbrush she claimed was old and untouched, mailed it along with mine. Results would take time, but I'd already decided something. No confrontation, no screaming, no begging for answers I already owned. I would end this like a surgeon. The email came in at 6:02 a.m. Paternity inconclusive. No genetic match. I read it twice, then once more. The toothbrush wasn't hers. She knew I'd suspect. She planted a decoy. I smiled. She was playing defense, which meant she knew I'd found the cracks. At dinner that night, she served me wine with trembling fingers. Her father bragged about finally restoring order to the board. They didn't know I'd rewritten the bylaws last year. Didn't know I'd shifted the voting power behind their backs. Didn't know Daniel Lancaster wasn't just her lover. He was her father's CFO. And now, my greatest leverage. So when her father mocked me in front of them all, "Clear your desk by Friday. You're being replaced." I didn't argue. I nodded, then said, calmly, "I'll transfer my 80% shares to a silent buyer tomorrow. I believe you've met him. Daniel Lancaster." Her father choked. She froze. I stood, leaving my untouched glass behind. Enjoy the new leadership. I walked out before their screams started. They'd learn later that I'd sold the company to a rival holding group, one that would dismantle it piece by piece. Daniel lost his job within 48 hours. Her father lost his legacy in under a week. My wife? She sent one message. Why would you do this to me? I left it on red. I moved into a smaller place. Simple, clean, quiet. No photos on the walls. No echoes of "I love you" that never meant anything. The silence here is different. It doesn't lie. She still emails sometimes. Apologies, regrets, nostalgia. I never reply. Not out of cruelty, out of mercy. She thought I was the weak one, the seat filler, the placeholder until something better came along. She forgot one thing. I built the table they were sitting at, and I never needed an invitation to leave it burning behind me. I don't miss her voice, only the silence that came after it.